Hi everyone, let's go over my low time frame bullish and bearish Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin. Starting with my low time frame bearish scenario, where we want to see a move to the downside in either a wave Y or a wave C, where Y is a three-wave structure and wave C is a impulsive move to the downside. As you can see, the target areas for Y and C are quite similar, between 29.5k and 28.9k, also in confluence with the support box that we have over here between 28.8k and 29.1k. If price would move towards the downside, then here we have the rare targets for Y and C in confluence with this target box over here, sitting between 27.8k and 28.2k. That also means that price first has to go through this newer support area over here that we have between 30.1k and 30.3k. In the more bullish scenario, we were looking for a move towards the upside. Now, as you see, the pink price action that you see basically is a bars pattern. It's a piece of historic price action that I copied on top of the current price action. And as you can see, basically till the moment the news hit, the price action was quite similar to the pink price action that you see, like the historic price action. But the moment price is now moving to the downside, you can see that the confluence between the pink price action in the past and the current price action is becoming less. Now I have a invalidation for this bullish scenario, and that is the red line that you see on the chart at 30.3k, because if we are looking for a potential wave 5, then this has to be some sort of a 5-wave move to the upside. But going below this low over here for me would invalidate potential further upside in at least an impulsive structure. Of course, in a corrective structure that can happen, but then eventually the end result is going to be more downside. We do have a double top over here at the moment, a high and a lower high, which is quite interesting, but maybe for the future. So in this scenario, in the pink price action from the past, we could count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, then a correction in a wave 2 before 3 was the liftoff, and wave 3 ended over here. So it was the beginning of that bigger impulse to the downside or to the upside quite recently. But now, yeah, we wait and see prices moving to the downside, with volume, of course, increasing as well at the moment. However, if we go to the 1 minute, what I see on the 1 minute is not that nice. Like this move to the downside, if we are looking for an impulse to the downside, I want to see an impulsive structure. And there's a lot of overlap over here. I can't call it an expanding diagonal because wave 5, yes, it is longer than 3, but 3 is shorter than 1, which is not allowed. And expanding structures are very rare in general, so this doesn't really look like an impulsive structure, and that's why I still have a little bit of doubt with the ABC in the bearish scenario, where it might be more likely or probability wise that the move to the downside is going to be a wave Y instead of a wave C, just because it's not a very clear impulsive structure to the downside over here, which is something that I would have liked to see. If you go to the CVD divergences, there is not too much going on actually. Like, yeah, we have price moving to the downside, but as you can see, CVD moved to the downside as well. One can argue that between this green candle on the 3-minute time frame, you had a lower high on price, and then over here, higher high on the CVD. But, you know, that's not the greatest CVD, because the best one would have been with this high, lower high on price, and then a higher high on one of the CVDs, but we didn't get it. And then more locally, we can see that also here, lower high on price, higher high on the CVD, or with this candle, lower highs on price, and with that candle, higher high on the CVD. So yeah, there is some bearish CVD divergences, but then if I zoom out, we have a mix of both, because here we have a lower high on price, but a higher high on the yellow CVD. And on blue, we have a higher low on price, but a lower low on the blue CVD. But it has to be said that the blue CVD is the second CVD, because the first time there was a bullish CVD with this low was, let me have a quick look, what with this low over here. So a higher low on price, lower low on the blue CVD. So this is the second time there's a CVD with the same low. And with the yellow CVD, it is the first time there's now a bearish CVD with this high, which therefore gives more preference, like statistical wise, to the yellow CVD for downside, where then the target is going to be this low over here. Now, of course, we had some news today, which basically explains this wick and a bit of the volatility. Quite like disappointing nonetheless. Like, yeah, we got a bit of a move to the downside, but you know, it's not like a clear fast move to the downside, so need a bit more patience, which then also explains why my feeling is still neutral. Like if I have to pick a side, I'd go for the bearish side and then probably a WXY where we then look for a three-wave structure. But I don't know, that 1 minute move to the downside doesn't look impulsive. It doesn't look great. And now volume also here drying up, of course, move to the downside, bit of a volume increase, but it's not as impulsive as I would have liked to see. We do have some bearish CVD divergences, so potentially price reaching this target area over here and then maybe a bounce, and that will give us a bit more indication. But of course, if price is going to take this low, then the bullish scenario is going to have a lot less probabilities. So we need more patience, in my opinion. Sometimes Elliott waves, it's just the way it is. Of course, the bearish CVD divergences are preferred then between this high over here and the lower high in price. So based on the CVD, again, if I have to pick one, I'd go for the bearish scenario where we're going to visit the 29K area and we wait and see what's going to happen. And tomorrow morning, there's going to be in Central East European time zone another update. I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational video I've made about the best trading indicator you can use. And for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'd like to see you at the next one. Bye bye.